Imagine this, you're going through a collection of old pennies, maybe from a jar or a box you've kept for years. You pick up a 1981-cent coin, and it seems pretty ordinary, right? After all, it's just another penny, and most of us have seen these coins a million times before. But here's where the surprise comes in, that very penny you're holding could actually be worth far more than its face value. Believe it or not, some 1981-cent coins can sell for as much as $21,000. Yes, you heard that right, $21,000. Now, you might be asking, how can a regular penny be worth that much? The answer lies in a combination of factors that make certain 1980 pennies incredibly rare and highly valuable. While most of the 1980 pennies that were minted were used in circulation and are worth just 1 cent today, a select few coins stand out because of their exceptional condition, rarity, and the possibility of minting errors. Let's dive into the story behind the 1980 penny and explore why this seemingly common coin can fetch such an extraordinary price. The 1980 penny is part of the series that features the famous design of Abraham Lincoln, created by artist Victor David Brenner. This design, which has graced the front of the penny since its introduction in 1909, features a portrait of the 16th President of the United States. On the reverse side, the coin bears the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which was used on pennies from 1959 until 2008. The design itself isn't particularly rare, but certain 1980 pennies have become highly sought after due to their unique characteristics. One of the key factors that contributes to the value of a 1980 penny is its condition. The vast majority of pennies from this year were used in everyday transactions and have gone through the wear and tear of circulation. Over time, these coins become scratched, tarnished, or even bent, which reduces their value. However, if you find a 1980 penny that looks as though it just came off the minting press, it could be worth a significant amount of money. Uncirculated pennies, those that have never been in circulation, are highly prized by collectors because they remain in pristine condition, with sharp details, no visible wear, and a bright, shiny finish. An uncirculated 1980 penny can fetch a much higher price than a worn, circulated coin, but condition alone isn't the only factor that can make a 1980 penny valuable. Some of these coins contain minting errors, which are imperfections that occurred during the production process. Minting errors are a major reason why certain coins, including the 1980 penny, are worth so much more than their face value. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with unique errors, as these are much rarer and can be sold for incredible prices at auctions. One of the most sought-after types of minting errors for the 1980 penny is the double strike. A double strike happens when a coin is struck more than once by the minting press, causing the design to overlap or appear blurry. The result is a coin that looks unusual and distinct from the regular coins. Double strikes are extremely rare, and coins with this error can be worth thousands of dollars. If you come across a 1980 penny with a double strike, you could be holding a highly valuable collector's item. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the penny is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. An off-center strike creates a coin with a unique look, where one side of the design may be incomplete or shifted to one side. These coins are much rarer than regular pennies and are highly sought after by collectors, especially those with a significant misalignment. In addition to double strikes and off-center strikes, other types of minting errors can increase the value of a 1980 penny. For example, die cracks can form during the minting process if the die used to strike the design becomes cracked. These cracks can leave visible lines on the coin, and while not as dramatic as double strikes, die cracks still make a coin unique and collectible. The more noticeable the crack, the more valuable the coin can become. So, how much can a 1980 penny actually be worth? While most of the coins minted that year are still worth just 1 cent, a 1980 penny in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error can be worth significantly more. The highest known sale for a 1980 penny was $21,000. That's right, $21,000 for a penny that, in most cases, would have been worth only 1 cent. If you happen to find a 1980 penny in your collection, it's worth examining it carefully. Look for any minting errors, such as a double strike, off-center strike, or die cracks. Also, check the condition of the coin. If it's in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than just a penny. If you're unsure about the value of your coin, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional numismatist, who can give you a more accurate estimate of its worth. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest detail can make a huge difference in value. While most 1980 pennies are worth just 1 cent, those that are in excellent condition or contain rare minting errors are highly sought after by collectors. If you find a 1980 penny with a double strike, off-center strike, or die crack, or if it's in uncirculated condition, you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. The highest recorded price for a 1980 penny with such rare characteristics reached an incredible $21,000. So, the next time you come across a 1980 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine it carefully. You may be holding a hidden treasure, worth far more than you ever imagined. You never know, your penny could be worth $21,000. Top 2. Have you ever looked at your spare change and wondered if some of those coins could be worth a lot more than their face value? Well, here's something that might surprise you. A 1987 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, could be worth a fortune. That's right, a penny from 1987, which seems like just another coin from the past, can actually sell for a whopping $20,000. It's hard to believe, right? After all, the penny is usually regarded as one of the least valuable coins in circulation. Most of us carry them around in our pockets, toss them in a jar, or leave them behind when we pay for our purchases. But, as with any coin, it's the rarity, condition, and sometimes a little bit of luck that can turn an ordinary penny into a valuable collector's item. So, what makes the 1987 penny so valuable? To understand the answer, let's take a look at the history of the coin, its design, and what factors can make it worth a lot more than just 1 cent. First off, the 1987 penny carries the iconic design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, of the coin. The portrait of Lincoln, created by artist Victor David Brenner, has been featured on the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. On the reverse side, you'll find the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, which appeared on the back of the penny from 1959 until 2008. While this design is well known, it's not the design itself that makes the 1987 penny so special. After all, millions of these coins were minted and circulated. What sets certain 1987 pennies apart from others are the factors that contribute to their value: rarity, condition, and sometimes, a minting error. One of the most important factors in determining the value of a 1987 penny is its condition. Most of the pennies from that year were used in everyday transactions, which means that over time, they became worn, scratched, and tarnished. A penny that's been in circulation for decades likely shows signs of wear and tear, which lowers its value. However, if you happen to find a 1987 penny that's been carefully preserved and is in excellent or uncirculated condition, it can be worth far more than 1 cent. Uncirculated coins, which have never been used in circulation and remain in pristine condition, are highly sought after by collectors. They retain their original shine, sharp details, and perfect appearance, making them incredibly valuable. But it's not just the condition of the coin that matters. Sometimes, rare minting errors can turn an ordinary 1987 penny into a collector's dream. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process at the U.S. Mint, and these errors can result in coins that are unique and highly collectible. A minting error can make a coin stand out, turning it from a standard penny into a one-of-a-kind item that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. One of the most valuable 1987 pennies with minting errors is the doubled die variety. A doubled die occurs when the design on the coin is struck more than once by the minting press, causing the image to appear doubled or blurry. This error creates a coin that looks distinct from other pennies, and it can be quite valuable to collectors. A 1987 penny with a doubled die, especially if the doubling is noticeable on the date or other key features of the coin, can sell for a significant amount of money. These kinds of errors are rare, and collectors pay a premium for them. Another minting error that can increase the value of a 1987 penny is the off-center strike. This happens when the penny is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted to one side of the coin. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, the penny can look unusual and unique, which is exactly what collectors are looking for. Off-center errors are relatively rare, and they can make a 1987 penny worth much more than its face value. Even more subtle errors, like die cracks, can also add value to a 1987 penny. A die crack happens when the die used to strike the coin becomes cracked, leaving visible lines or imperfections on the coin. While these cracks are not as dramatic as doubled dies or off-center strikes, they still make the coin distinct and collectible. If the die crack is large or visible in a prominent area of the coin, it can increase its value to collectors. When it comes to the value of a 1987 penny, it's important to remember that the price can vary depending on the rarity of the coin, its condition, and the specific minting error it may have. However, in general, 1987 pennies in excellent or uncirculated condition are worth more than pennies that have been worn down by years of circulation. Coins with rare minting errors, such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, can be worth thousands of dollars. The highest known sale price for a 1987 penny with a rare minting error reached $20,000, an impressive amount for a coin that was originally minted for just 1 cent. So, if you have any 1987 pennies in your collection, it's definitely worth taking the time to examine them closely. Look for signs of minting errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Also, check the condition of the coin. If it looks like it's never been used and still has its original shine, you could have a valuable collector's item on your hands. If you're not sure about the value of your 1987 penny, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional numismatist. They can help you determine whether your coin has any rare characteristics or minting errors that could significantly increase its value. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1987 penny is a great example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can be worth much more than we might think. With the right condition and the right minting errors, this humble penny could turn out to be a hidden treasure, worth as much as $20,000. So, next time you come across a 1987 penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a rare find that could make you a small fortune. Top 3. Have you ever heard of a penny that could be worth thousands of dollars? It may sound unbelievable, but the United States 1-cent coin from 1973 could potentially fetch a price that many of us would consider a small fortune. While most pennies are worth just 1 cent, the 1973 penny is different. If you happen to have one in good condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin worth as much as $25,000. Now, you're probably wondering how a simple penny from 1973 could be worth so much. After all, this coin isn't exactly rare by itself, right? You can find 1973 pennies in most people's coin jars, change purses, or even in the bottom of their pockets. But here's the catch: it's not about how many were made, it's about the condition, rarity, and sometimes even a little mistake that happened at the mint. So, let's take a closer look at what makes the 1973 1-cent coin so special. The 1973 penny carries the familiar and iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the front. This portrait, designed by artist Victor David Brenner, has been a part of the penny since 1909. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which was the design on the back of the penny from 1959 until 2008. While this design is widely recognized, it's the quality of the coin and rare minting features that can make a 1973 penny stand out. The first thing to consider when evaluating the value of a 1973 penny is its condition. Like many coins, the majority of 1973 pennies were used in everyday transactions. Over time, these coins became worn down, scratched, and tarnished due to the constant handling and circulation. These types of coins, often referred to as circulated coins, typically hold no more value than their face value of 1 cent. However, if you happen to find a 1973 penny that has been kept in excellent condition, or even one that has been untouched by circulation, it could be worth much more. A coin that remains uncirculated, meaning it hasn't been used in everyday transactions and retains its original luster and sharp details, is much more desirable to collectors. These types of coins are known as uncirculated coins, and they can sell for a premium, but the condition of the coin isn't the only thing that can make the 1973 penny valuable. Some of these coins contain minting errors, which make them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in coins that are different from the intended design. These errors can range from slight imperfections to more dramatic misprints, and they can significantly increase a coin's value. One of the most valuable types of minting errors you might find on a 1973 penny is the double die variety. This error happens when the design is struck more than once, causing the image on the coin to appear doubled or blurry. In some cases, you might notice the doubling on the date, the lettering, or even parts of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The double die error is highly coveted by coin collectors because it's a rare and distinctive feature that makes the coin stand out from the rest. Another potential minting error that can make a 1973 penny more valuable is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to shift and leave part of the coin blank. An off-center strike can give the penny a unique look, and depending on how far off-center the strike is, the coin could be worth significantly more. This type of error is considered rare and is often a key factor in determining a coin's value. Even minor errors, such as die cracks or weak strikes, can also increase the value of a 1973 penny. A die crack happens when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin develops a crack, leaving visible lines or imperfections on the coin's surface. These cracks can be found in various parts of the coin, such as along the edges or across the lettering. While these cracks might seem like small defects, they can actually add a unique element to the coin, making it more valuable to collectors. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1973 penny with one of these rare minting errors or in near-perfect condition, you could be holding a coin that is worth far more than just a penny. In fact, a well-preserved 1973 penny or one with a rare error could be worth thousands of dollars. The highest known sale price for a 1973 penny with a rare minting error has been recorded at an impressive $25,000. Now, before you start digging through your change jar, it's important to remember that not every 1973 penny is worth thousands of dollars. Most of them are still just worth 1 cent. But with the right combination of condition and rarity, the 1973 penny can be a valuable collector's item. If you find a 1973 penny that looks exceptional, or if you spot any potential minting errors, it's worth taking the time to have it appraised by a professional numismatist, someone who specializes in coins. Coin collecting can be a thrilling hobby, and it's amazing to think that something as small as a penny could be worth such an impressive amount. The 1973 penny is just one example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold incredible value. Whether it's the pristine condition of the coin, a rare minting error, or simply the scarcity of certain features, these pennies can be worth far more than we might expect. So, the next time you come across a 1973 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might just be holding a rare find that could be worth $25,000. Keep an eye out for minting errors, check the condition of the coin, and who knows, you could discover that your penny is more than just pocket change.